Hi everyone, Squintina here, and I have a confession to make. I had a few mistakes in my Blue Mage videos. Those mistakes led me to creating an inferior opener. Don't get me wrong, the one I made would still perform more than well enough. But it's not the best one, and, well, I do need to remedy that. The reason is that I misunderstood Phantom Flurry. For some reason, I seem to have completely glossed over the fact that it is a damage over time. Unlike most other damage over time effects that take every 3 seconds, this one is every second. Because I missed this key fact, I had incorrectly thought it was one 200 potency hit and just a 5-second timer to allow you to use the 600 potency final step. I was wrong. Including the initial hit, this means the ability gets up to 6 hits of 200 potency, for a total of 1200 potency without the manual final hit. And if you do decide to do the manual final hit, it will be 1600 potency. However, what's interesting about this ability is that it remains active even if you are in Moonflute. The option to convert a hit to a potency of 600 is no longer possible, but aside from that, it will still do its 6 hits as long as you don't move. If you save this for the last second of Moonflute, you are effectively getting 1200 base potency per second, not including the Moonflute buff. Do note that if you are using this outside of Moonflute, especially for those of you who are not bringing a Moonflute in the first place, you should always aim to convert your final hit to the upgraded version. Ideally, you want it to last the entire 5 seconds. But if you have to move early because of a mechanic, just activate that final hit and move. The other mistake is that I did not bristle my Magic, despite that I actually do mention that there is a cutoff where it's worth using Bristle during battle. Bristle raises the potency of the next damage spell by 50%, but comes at the cost of spending a GCD casting it. The easiest way to explain when Bristle is good or bad to use is to actually show you this chart I made, which shows how much potency you can earn from doing 2 GCDs. First we have a control group of doing just 2 basic GCDs, 440 potency over 2 GCDs. Then we see that using Bristle for one of these basic GCDs is not worth it. You would do less potency. We can then see that Song of Torment becomes slightly stronger with Bristle, though not by much. And we can see that for Magic, there is a more significant increase. So, how strong should a GCD be to become worth using Bristle? Well, that's what this cutoff point here is for. It needs to be at least 440 potency for it to be worth using Bristle, instead of just using any other damaging attack instead. Do note it's always worth bristling, or whistling for physical attacks, if you are unable to attack, such as during phase transitions, as it means there is no other alternative that would lead to more damage in the first place. Taking both of these mistakes, we can make a better opener. Here is my old opener, with all the potencies calculated. It had a total potency of 12,430. I realized that I should have bristled my Magic, and I moved Phantom Flurry last. Overall though, the order is quite similar. However, this one gets a total potency of 13,300. Now of course, whether or not you will actually get to use this opener. First of all, this is only for those who actually have Moonflute. Tanks and healers most likely won't. For those roles, you kind of just use your actions as close to on cooldown as possible, provided it doesn't interfere with your tanking or healing tasks. But even for DPS, there's always a chance you won't even get to use this opener at all. Whether it's because a boss phase gets pushed so fast that some of your Moonflute time is wasted, or because the no action window interferes with an upcoming mechanic, or you actually need to hold back on your opener damage in order to save cooldowns for a phase where you need to burst more, think of the Blue Mage opener as more of an ideal rather than something set in stone. Anyway, I do apologize for the mistake. This is one of the reasons why, outside of limited jobs, I do not and will not make such videos, as there are better resources out there like the balance. That's it for this video. If you have any questions, well, that's what the comment section is for. Thank you for watching!